Hey everyone, it's Havana. Today we're going to be looking at a race setup for the Audi R18 e-tron from 2014 at Le Mans. So we come to start our lap here, getting on the throttle nice and early out of the Ford Chicane, using up all of that stored energy as we come into the Dunlop Corner. This is a nice flat out corner. Take a wide entry so you can keep it to the right. Hard on the brakes, down into third gear. Really tight to the inside curbs there, and onto the power as early as you can through this section. Not full throttle through here, as I am trying to save up that energy, as you only get so much per lap. So not full throttle because the way this game uses the energy, which I'll get into in a moment. As we come to Tête Rouge, a little lift and then hard on the power, using up that stored energy now as we come onto the Mulsanne straight. I believe the first chicane here is PlayStation, so the run into PlayStation, this is the chicane that you're going to brake a little bit earlier for. We're going to be looking for the 300 and then the 200 marker. There's a little opening in the gate there on the left, or on the Armco there on the left. There's a little gate. We're going to brake down into third gear and then nice and tight to the inside there and hard onto the power again. As we accelerate now into the Michelin Chicane, I believe. And for this one, we're going to be looking for the 200 marker, and we're going to brake right in between the 200 and the 100 meter marker. You could probably push it a little bit more, but that's a bit safe right there, about 140, 130 meters. Once again, third gear, so we can get a nice, good drive out, using all that energy, or the stored energy there, again, to just throw us down the straightaway as we accelerate now down towards Mulsanne Corner. Mulsanne Corner, this is a pretty easy one to spot the braking for. It is going to be the rumble there on the right hand side. That's where start braking down into second gear, clip the inside curb, run over the one on the left just a little bit. Car wants to get a little bit rowdy there over the bumps going into that section. But now then we are accelerating down towards Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a bit of a tricky corner. For some reason for me, I always have a trouble here, but I've got this one going pretty good here, so we're going to brake down into sixth, and that's as easy as it is. Now down into second gear for the following corner, and then coming up to Arnage here. This corner I just totally butcher. I get way too much of the inside curb, and the car just does not like it, but we salvage it as we accelerate now up towards the Porsche S's. So you can see we used all the stored energy out of Arnage. That's why I was saving it, because if you do not save it, you will be out of energy by the time you get there. Missed the apex on the inside there by a mile, but managed to get this next section pretty decent for me anyways. It's all happening so fast in this car. You know, just a little bit of a mistake on turn-in and you're miles off the apex, so it really punishes you if you're not paying attention. So we accelerate now down and toward the Ford Chicane. Once again, this is a fairly easy braking zone. We're going to brake right before the start of the rumble there on the right, down into the third gear, then down into second, a lot of the curb here through this section, and hard on the power as we accelerate across the line. This is going to be good enough for a 3:21.4. Certainly lost about half a second on that lap, but there are the sector times nonetheless. Fairly decent sector 1. Lost a bit in sector 2 compared to what I've done before, and then a decent sector 3 as well. Not the best run through the Porsche S's, but anyways, here is the setup. It's a bit of work in progress, but it is feeling quite nice for me, in all honesty, and I love this track, and these LMP1s are very fun to drive for me, so I hope you guys enjoy it. There's a lot to set up with these things, so I thought I'd share what I had. One thing I will say, I haven't done enough testing with the cooling on the car, so specifically the radiator opening. I felt like that was very conservative, but this car does not have a temperature readout, and I didn't have my HUD set up whenever I was doing this test to get the engine oil temp and stuff like that. So if that can be closed up more, or if it needs to be opened more, it's very dependent on ambient temperature anyways, so it's something that you might want to look into. But yeah, anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.